Hit like, subscribe. All those things are greatly appreciated. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you get notified when I put stuff out. I'm going to start putting out a little bit more content. May start doing a few lives. But just to get the information out there as quickly as possible, because things really do change on this Prizepicks platform pretty rapidly. Also, we got football coming up. We're going to be doing football props, NFL. No college football props right now. We'll see how that goes. Just not enough information out there right now for me to confidently make a good decision on some of those college football props. So we're going to have NBA. The NBA coming up in October. So we'll be getting back into the NBA. But, over the next month, it's going to be MLB and NFL. Looking forward to it. We will have sports betting plays for pretty much all sports, MLB, NFL, and NBA. When NBA starts, we'll have sports betting picks for all of those. So, a little review from yesterday. Pretty good day yesterday. All 4 plays I gave out came through. So anytime we can cash, that's a good day. Let's get right into the day. First player I'm looking at is coming from the MLB, and we're looking at Braxton Garrett. We're looking at his strikeouts. That's 4.5. It's still 4.5 on Prizepicks. This will go up to 5 at some point during the day, but it's still 4.5 right now. He has went over that mark 60% of the time in his last 10. Let's look at his season. He's went over it 62% of the time, over 4.5 strikeouts. Let's look at versus Washington. Versus Washington, 1 game back on 6/17, he had 8. Last game against Washington on 8/25, he had 3. I don't think the matchup is that great for Garrett against Washington. I think actually Washington has the advantage. If you look at Washington for the month of October, they struck out over 4 times, only 3 times in the whole month against left-handed pitching. I think that's a pretty telling stat there. Garrett, let's look at his last 10 again. Hot earlier, in July, August, the month of August, he hasn't pitched that well when it comes to strikeouts. Game back on 8/19, he had 6. His most recent game on 8/25, he had 3. Long story short, I like Garrett to go under 4.5 strikeouts for today. Second player I'm looking at is coming from the WNBA. We're going to look at Kelsey Plum, Las Vegas. And let's look at Plum for the season. And we're looking at her points of 18.5. Pretty heavy favorite, minus 130 to go over. Let's look at this a little closer. 53% of the time, she's went over 18.5 points during the season. Let's look at her last 10. Her last 10, she's at 50%. Let's look at her last 5. Last 5, 60%. The previous game, she only had 9 points. I think that's huge. Kelsey Plum knows she only had 9 points, and Kelsey Plum knows what she averages during the season. So I think that's pretty big. Nothing stands out for me about that last game and why she only had 9. She did have 29 minutes. So the minutes weren't a problem. Field goal attempts weren't a problem. She had 14 field goal attempts. She just shot bad. She only made 4 out of 14. Out of her 5 threes that she took, she only made 1. She's a lot better 3-point shooter than that. You can see over here what she took 12, she made 5. Here, 8, she made 3. She took 5, she made 1. That's just not a good night shooting threes, and not a good night from the field at all, being 4 for 14. So I think Kelsey Plum has a bounce back game tonight against Washington. who this season in 2 games versus Washington, she has scored 19 and 21 points. I'm not going to let this one bad game affect my decision. I don't think it's going to affect her decision when it comes to shooting. Don't think it's going to affect the coach's decision when it comes to minutes. She's going to get her minutes, but she needs to get 30 minutes. She got 29s. She needs to get her average for a season's 32 minutes. So I cannot see her not getting that tonight. Looks like she just had a bad outing in the last game. And I'm going to go with Kelsey Plum to go over 18.5 points tonight versus who are they playing? Against Washington. Like Kelsey Plum to go over 18.5 points. Those are a couple plays I like for tonight. Go ahead, like, subscribe, share, and get those notifications. That really helps me out, especially when you subscribe, especially when you hit that like button. The tool that I use to quickly get us where we need to get on these props is props.cash. It's on your screen, link down in the description. For the money, I can tell you it's worth it. It's only $19 a month. If you pay the full price with my code, you're going to get 25% off the first month. It's worth it. It helps me quickly get to where I need to get on these props. And you can also follow my plays over on Patreon, running across the screen, link down in the description if you want to tell my plays over on Patreon. That's all I have for today. See you on the next video.